We'll reconvene with our committee meetings, and our next meeting is Lake Whatcom and Natural Resources Committee, and Dan Hamill is the chair.
Thank you. Joining me on the committee this afternoon are council members Borneman and Knutson. We have one item before us this afternoon. This is an interlocal agreement between the City of Bellingham, the Lummi Nation, the Nooksack Indian Tribe, the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife, Whatcom County, PUD number 1 of Whatcom County, and the cities of Blaine, Everson, Ferndale, Linden, Nooksack, and Sumas. This interlocal agreement dissolves the WIRA 1 Joint Board and establishes the Natural Resources Executive Board. This is proposed in order to integrate the functions of the Watershed Management Project Joint Board, the WIRA 1, sorry, it's getting really wonky up here, WIRA 1 Salmon Recovery Board, and the Whatcom Local Integrating Organization, a component of the Puget Sound Partnership process, into a single board. This agreement retains the collaborative multi-jurisdictional decision-making process, including tribal participation, and increases the efficiency of operations and natural resource management. And here to take us through this is Ted Carlson.
Thank you very much, Ted Carlson, Public Works Department. That was a very detailed summary statement, and it really does, I think, summarize what we are asking of Council today. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Renee. She can perhaps add a little bit of background to why this is before Council, and then we'd be happy to answer questions.
Hi, Renee LaCroix, Public Works. And yes, so it's a very detailed summary statement, and at its most basic form, it's pretty simple. We're going to take two different management boards, one for salmon recovery, one for watershed management. We're going to combine them into one, and so it simplifies the decision-making structure for a lot of our natural resource coordination efforts between the city and other jurisdictions. So it'll actually be more efficient, and it'll save us some staff time.
Committee members?
Move approval.
Terry?
Yeah, I'm going to vote approval, but just kind of wondering, since the WIRA 1 process has been so smooth over the years, will this actually provide improved efficiency? There's been
Hopefully.
That's been going on for a long time.
It's been going on for a long time.
Kelly doesn't know anything about the WIRA 1.
No, I hate to say how much I know about this. But I'm glad that I've heard comments about support for this, because this is the way it was intended to be at the beginning, as a watershed management approach to managing our natural resources. So I think that's a good thing. I'm pleased that everybody so far signed off. So we still have representation from all the groups that need to be involved. It's evolved over time to the point where the state is no longer generating resources to the groups to do the planning. We don't necessarily have dedicated staff. We have Fish and Wildlife that's there, but I would like to see ecology, someone from ecology be there too, because it's really water quality, water quantity, and fish habitat all wound up together. And so I think we're going to kind of work our way through it as we practice doing this at a different level. The WIRA 1 board, and it's ironic that we call it WIRA when it's WRIA, but RIA sounded so bad. That's why we did that. But that planning unit is going to be advisory to the county council. So the individuals who are interested and have information that they would like to share still have a way to do that, but it's not through the governing body necessarily, and hopefully that will make people have their voices be heard a little bit better. There was a concern about that, but I think this is workable, and it's left to be seen what happens when we start doing it.
Councilmember Lilliquist.
Yeah, Kelly does something that I think I still need some clarification on. I'm glad we're simplifying the board structure, but the county is recently reinvoked the planning unit, and I guess I'm still unclear what is the planning unit's relationship to WIRA. What is their role? Are they simply a citizens advisory board as opposed to a joint entity of the the government entities? I mean, can you explain the planning unit part and what important role it might be playing?
Well, when the county began the planning process after the legislation was passed, every county, every watershed did it a little bit differently. So in Whatcom County, we decided that we wanted to have consensus. We wanted to make decisions by consensus, and we wanted the table to be as big as possible. So there was initiating governments, and then there was the planning unit, which was all the different interests in water, whether you were a municipality, a public utility district, small water association, the ag community, the development community. They were all together at one table. And for whatever reason, I wasn't there, so I'm not going to guess. The process drug on for a very, very long time, and there didn't seem to be anyone or anything that could get people to resolution. And so the planning unit itself has value in that it's everybody that has an interest. So that's still important to know how policies that are recommended will affect everyone. But in this case, it's more of an advisory role. And there are people that are happy about that, and there are people that are unhappy about that.
Councilmember Barker.
What other stakeholders have authorized this contract already?
So far, DFW has signed. The county takes it to their council tomorrow. The PUD takes it to their commission tomorrow. Nooksack approved an earlier version. And the small cities saw a presentation about it last week, and the mayors that were present, there were no objections.
And sitting around the what do we call it now? The board level, the lamination everyone agreed to take it back to their councils. So there was unanimous agreement at the time that this was proposed.
Any other questions from council or committee members? Okay, there's a motion before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. I'll bring this forward this evening.
Thank you.